Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, is it clear?
Not really. Once that finished down there.
Okay, now the finish is now. Hello, is anyone there? Please, if you're there, just say hello.
Hello.
Let's see if there is anyone online. Please say something to us if you can see us. If you are there, say hello. Please let me know you are there. Thank you. Let's wait a little while to see even if it's one person, we benefit from it today. That will be fine. Hello. Thank you for watching. Please invite your friends. Yeah, thank you. Let's wait maybe 5 people, then we start. God bless you. Be blessed. We love you.
Hello.
Yeah. Over to you, really.
Okay. Hello everyone. Today we are doing a book review on a book titled "Money Won't Make You Rich"
Yeah.
by Pastor Sunday Adelaja.
Yeah. This is the book. I don't know if it's clear. Yeah.
Turning that out, I think.
Yeah, okay. Is it this one? No. It's this one, yeah. Is it clear? Can you see the book? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's get started.
Okay, so the book is the title is "Money Won't Make You Rich." My wife and I have been going through this book.
Yes.
And it's quite a very interesting book.
Exactly.
And we've found some key information in this book,
Yeah.
which is life-changing, really. And we believe that, we have to share this with everyone, especially with couples like this.
Yeah.
When home decisions are made together,
Yeah.
it works better for everyone.
Exactly.
So we just want to share this book. It's
Yeah.
a life-changing book. So if you haven't got this book, I would recommend you can get a copy of it. So when we're going through it, we can go through it together and share whatever we've learned individually and as a group.
Yeah.
From the book.
Exactly.
A lot of prominent people actually left wonderful comments about this book. People like the late Dr. Miles Monroe, who's going to be with the Lord now. He says, it's in a culture where materialism has driven the global village of mankind to the brink of inhumanity. This work is a breath of fresh air and relief to the collective psyche of our generation. Sunday hits a home run again, and in light of the demise of the global economic system built on unbridled greed, this subject is timely and necessary. The subject of money is timely and is necessary for everyone.
Yeah, especially for the couples.
Especially for couples.
Yeah, especially for couples.
It's good, you kind of learn together, grow together, make key decisions together.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you see, you grow together as well, it's quite very, very interesting.
Exactly.
So we've been going through the book together, and some other prominent people like Bill Clinton, wrote about this book, a comment on the book. Ayodele Adeboye, the former president of Ukraine, Viktor Yushchenko, equally left a comment. Viktor Yushchenko says, "Thank you for your contribution to our common victory. Your conscious work is a considerable factor in that victory. It was you who protected democracy in Ukraine, standing for its high ideals and not considering your own interests. I am convinced that as long as there are people in Ukraine who have the same civil position, dignity, and spirit as you have, everything will be all right in this country.
Wow.
So the book is, even Barry Black, British Broadcasting Network, BBC, and so many other people who left comments on this book. So we go into the book proper now.
Yeah.
And we see. If we look at the table of contents, we could see some good titles. He talked about the reality of poverty in our world today, especially in the so-called third world countries or developing nations.
Yeah.
The second chapter talks about that every Christian can be a millionaire.
I love that one. Oh my God, that's my favorite.
This was mind blowing.
Yeah. Really.
When we kind of said, "Oh, is that true?" But you could say that simple principles that when applied, it actually make a difference. And knowledge is power, really.
Yeah.
And the third one, it says, money does not make you rich, which is quite interesting to know. And the fourth chapter talks about maximizing opportunities for financial prosperity, financial freedom, and the basic laws of money.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to see that there are laws of money.
Yeah.
And it's surprising, really, that these kind of principles are not taught in schools, even if you go to university to study business or study finance or other relevant courses.
Yeah.
But no one actually teaches you about these laws of money. And chapter 6 talks about avoiding the deceptions of money, overcoming financial illiteracy and ignorance. Chapter 8, 5 ways to make money, how to make money. Chapter 9 talks about reasons for financial failure.
Wow.
Chapter 10 talks about 4 principles of continuous success. The principles that would make you sustain the success that you have achieved.
Wow.
And then chapter 11 talks about your calling is the basis for your financial success. I've come to, from my own personal experience, to see that individually we have individual callings. It's just for us to actually discover it and develop it. It requires hard work most times.
Exactly.
But at the end, the dividend, it pays off, really.
Yeah, there's this word that says hard work pays.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in chapter 12, talks about making money work for you. The knowledge of how you make money to work for you. And then chapter 13 talks about protecting your gain. How do you protect what you've made, what you've labored for, what you've worked so hard for? How do you protect it that it's not being taken away from you?
Yeah.
And finally, conclusions. And he concluded by 4 truths to remember on your way to a great and successful life.
Wow. You are going to be great soon.
Yes.
I am.
Exactly. So we
sounds
are
good.
Exactly. We are on a journey.
Yeah.
And we want to carry everybody along.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we want to share whatever information that we run into. We want to share it with you. Because there is room for all of us to grow.
Yeah.
And it's our joy to see you grow, to see you succeed,
Yeah.
to see you be a part of the army of people that are fighting against poverty.
Yes.
Possibly the eradication of poverty, to make a difference in somebody's life.
Exactly.
So whatever information we get, we would like to share with you.
Yes.
And you can, return your feedback. We all grow together.
Yeah. We don't want to be so greedy.
No, we are not. We are not.
We don't want to be so greedy to
Yes.
enjoy this alone. We
Yes.
need to, it's so mind-blowing, man.
Exactly.
Come on, let's go.
So Pastor Sunday, kind of gave his own personal background from Africa, which we are very, very much familiar with.
Yeah.
That which he went through, a lot of people are still going through that, even as we are talking now.
Yes.
Statistics makes it very, very clear. A lot of people dying out of hunger. And I know that if we can make a difference in our own small affairs, and you make a difference in your own circle, and another person makes a difference in his own circle, before you know it, the world becomes a better place for all of us.
Exactly.
So that is the drive behind all this, to share this information.
Yeah.
And, we see make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
Here he talks about, there are key points he made. He said that becoming a millionaire is not a big deal. It is easy. This is the word of Pastor Sunday. This is mind blowing.
It's so
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite easy when you know the laws.
Yeah. So that's a very interesting point he made.
Yeah.
And secondly, it says everyone who sincerely wants to can become a millionaire. If you want to, you can become. So we want to explore this book. We want to critically analyze this book and see for ourselves what he is talking about.
Exactly. Start putting things in practice. Easy.
Yeah, exactly. So as we do it, we want to be doing it together with you guys out there.
Yeah.
We share our results. You share your results.
Yeah.
Hopefully
we grow together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the number 3 point he made here, he said that money won't make you rich. Okay, that's a very bold statement, which we will go in details afterwards. So that our world can overcome world poverty if we have the heart to do so. Money is only worth making if it is going to be used as an instrument to set others free. Make money not to just be greedy and just for insatiable needs, but to make a difference in somebody's life.
That's what God wants. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And number 6 says God created money for the same reason as all other things, to serve His purposes. That ignorance is the biggest challenge of our age. It is our biggest killer.
Yeah.
So knowledge is power, they say.
Yeah.
That's the essence. That as we, acquire this knowledge, share it, it's making a difference in our own lives.
Yeah.
As a couple, and very interesting to kind of, look at these things together.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, maybe in one of the problems in a marriage that causes problems in marriages is money.
Yeah.
If we have to.
Money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when when one person have a different vision, the other person has his own vision, and but if you come together like this, and have a common goal and see what could work, and you put things together.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is the great tools that we have been putting into practice, and it's been working.
Yeah.
So ignorance will be wiped out as we study to learn more, to learn from others, and apply what we've learned and share with everyone out there. I think it will make a huge difference in people's lives. Now, there are hard facts that, according to statistics that Pastor Sunday quoted here, say that, can you believe that 80% of people in the world today live on less than $10 a day? 80% of people in the world today, they live on less than $10 a day. The second point says that 3 billion people live on $2 a day, while 1 billion live on less than $1 a day. 50,000 people die daily because of poverty-related causes. So if there's any little contribution that we can make to make a difference somewhere in the world, anywhere,
Yes.
it's a huge achievement.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I think that one will be saying, okay, what do we need to do? How do we do this?
Yeah.
So we just gonna have to look at some key points. Some key points about what do we need to do. What actually do we need to do? That's what actions do we need to take? Because sometimes when you hear people talking about these things, you kind of be thinking, well, I need to before I can actually be able to do something. Sometimes you know a lot of, but going through this book, I kind of discovered that it's just like a day-to-day little step, isn't it?
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the place that I want us to really start from today, and then we see how we go. Here on chapter 2, it says that why every Christian can be a millionaire. It's a very very bold question. So he gave 10 reasons why every Christian can be a millionaire. Number one, he said, God said we should be the head and not the tail, which is in Deuteronomy 28:13. Says that all gold and silver belong to God. As heirs of God, we have a legal right to it, but it must be used for His glory.
Amen.
We are God's highest creation, and we are commanded to possess and dominate. Wealth plays an important role in fulfilling the command. So, wealth is important to us as individuals, to the society, to the environment, to make a difference, even in our communities, to contribute to the society, to the system, to finance, things for good causes, make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important that we learn some of these key principles as taught by Pastor Sunday Adelaja in his book. So if you just join in, we are doing a review on a book titled Money Won't Make You Rich by Pastor Sunday Adelaja. Number one principle is pay God first and yourself second. So we have to pay our tithes in church. And second one is pay yourself.
Yes.
This is a very very key point. When we were looking at the book before, we this is the area that really touched us, and we said no, we have
need
to
share.
exactly. So you can go on,
Yeah. It's really wonderful. Carry on, babes.
Okay, so now it says number one, begin by paying your tithes and your offering as an automatic practice. Number two, it is better if you can inform your bank to automatically transfer funds that you set aside for the ones you want to give to God. And number three, instruct your bank to transfer automatically a designated amount from your paycheck to yourself. Pay myself second bank account.
This is really good. This is really good. Oh, it's mind blowing.
Exactly.
I never knew this before until I started reading this book. Money won't make you rich. You need to grab your copy. Let's carry on.
Okay, thank you. It says that we have to kind of decide from our income how much that we need to pay ourselves. Because oftentimes we kind of work at the end of the month, we pay this, we pay that, we buy this, we buy that, and sometimes some people a week before payday, everything is gone.
You're even saying that. Do you know that whenever I get my money, the thing that I will use the money to do is already waiting. So immediately the money comes, it's just going like that. So I never, even think, thought of paying myself first. Paying God first and paying myself second. I never thought of that until I started reading this book. Oh my God. Come on, babes. Let's carry on.
Okay, so it's a decision that we really have to. Sometimes it's very hard.
Yeah.
Because we are not kind of used to stuff like this. We are kind of used to spend. And then there's the fourth bit here. It says that try paying yourself not less than 10 to 30% of your normal income. 10 to 30%, which means if you have an income of like £1,000 or $1,000 or whatever currency, 10% of 1,000 is 100, and then 30% is 300. So if you earn $1,000, okay, so you pay your tithe, and then you are targeting to pay yourself minimum of 10%. What that means is that when you get your income or your salary, you have already made a decision, come what may, that at least a minimum of 10% of what my salary is going to myself. So it's going to like a separate account, which you wouldn't dare touch. That is your one. That's yours.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, the ones that goes for paying this, paying gas bill, paying electric bill, paying for your house, paying for this, paying for that, it's not really your money. It just comes into your pocket and stays there temporarily and moves on.
Because it's to other people's hand,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then secondly, this is from the normal income, and then he says, then 80 to 90% of your extra income should go into paying yourself. So if you have an extra income, for instance, you have extra income for like another £500, so 90%, about £400 of that goes to your paying yourself, a money set aside for the rainy day.
Wow. Oh my God, this is for the rainy day. Dude. Oh my God. Keep going.
Set aside for the rainy day. So that is yours. The remaining ones goes into this, goes into that. It's just like it's changing hands. It's just it's just on the move. Currency, like Pastor Matthew was saying one time, the reason it's called currency is that it has currents. It keeps moving.
From one hand to another.
Unless you are able to kind of say, no, this one, you are not going anywhere. No matter what happens, you're going to be there.
Even if there is anything, even if there is any problem, that one is not going.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you see that one that as if he's not there.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. So number 5 says whatever percentage you decide to put aside, not less than what is recommended above, put it aside consistently. So consistency is key, because we might be tempted to like put aside £200 this month, and then next month you kind of forget, or something happens, and you say, well, there's next month is coming.
Yeah.
But consistency, if the moment you've made that that decision, you kind of keep, sometimes it's very hard.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very hard sometimes. It's very tempting as well. Because you kind of, with all these bank cards we have in our pockets, you can easily go to any ATM and get the money out.
Exactly.
But it's a very hard decision, but it pays off.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
So number 6, it talks about putting money aside in savings must become so automatic that it functions as an automated system for you. What that means is that it becomes automatic. It's like a standing order or a direct debit that goes as long as the salary comes in, that agreed percentage. And then secondly, that's where as a couple, that's where it's very important that both of you understands take the decisions together.
Yes.
Because if one person is doing that, the other person might say, okay, well, I need this, I need that.
Yeah.
The money is there, you're not bringing it out. That alone could just cause like a big fight in the house.
Yes. So.
So
you you better do it together, man.
So,
oh my God.
So it's better you just
Yeah.
like just talk about it, have a
Yes.
proper conversation about it, discuss about it, and
yeah, everybody will know.
Yeah.
So everybody, maybe for example, I know everything now, so I won't be asking you, please give me money, let me go and buy shoe, let me go and buy bags. What whereas I already know that there is no money, everything is all. So I won't even, as a woman, as a mommy of the house, I won't even like go and ask, because I already know. Because you have to involve your wife and your husband. Both of you have to work hand in hand in this in the money issue. To retain peace, love, and joy in your home. So let's carry on.
So number 7, Pastor Sunday talks about putting money saved in a fixed deposit with a guaranteed interest rate, such as a bonds deposit or use a savings account.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting because I was, when you kind of look at the interest that is paid, the interest. Yeah, well, there's a guy saying that in Nigeria here, I don't really think it will work. Oh. My brother, it will work.
It will work, yeah.
It will work.
It will work.
It will work because it's even easier in Nigeria. Because,
yes, exactly.
The kind of bills that are being paid abroad.
Here and in abroad, it's not being paid in Nigeria. Yeah. I see so many opportunities in Nigeria, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, it will work very fine in Nigeria because you don't have any bills to pay. But in Europe, you pay. The only thing you don't pay for is the air you breathe. You pay for your being. You pay for everything. Yeah. Can you imagine? You would go and buy maybe biscuit for yourself, throwing out the rash. Yeah. You still pay for it. So you have a good, very good opportunity in Nigeria where you don't even pay like tax and all that, so much tax and all that. So it will work really well in Nigeria also.
Yeah. So this guy, you see, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
There's no certain amount. You just kind of look at yourself, look at whatever you are getting. In fact, we are coming to that because there's a place Pastor Sunday talked about a cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
That cost like £1 or something. And when he did the calculation for 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year, for 10 years, man, I kind of opened my mouth. So, little things that you don't even consider.
Yeah.
These are the things that make a difference. And it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So it's a journey that all of us are together. Yeah. So I want us, like you're saying, I want us to share it together. We see how we help ourselves. Yeah.
As we go on, because we are just starting it. Okay. It's going to be like a series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says that will that also work for the business people too? How can I tell my wife how much I gain daily?
Yeah.
Well, like a business person, you could organize your accounts maybe on weekly basis or on monthly basis. When you have done you've done your you know how much you bought your goods, how much you sold your goods, and what your profits are. And then out of the profit is your profit. Your capital, your initial capital remains your initial capital, which you reinvest into your business.
That one is set aside.
Is set aside.
Yes.
So on your profit, you now say, okay, this is my profit. I kind of keep this away, or then reinvest a part of the profit in the business, and then by so doing, the share capital is growing. Your savings, what you are putting aside for the rainy day, because rainy days sometimes you don't prepare for them, but sometimes it do come.
Yeah.
And then it helps to build up a portfolio. You see what I mean? So
Yes.
with that portfolio, you can invest it, and then that's where we come to that, where money now start working for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was about talking about the difference between the interest rates that is being paid on fixed deposit. Some fixed deposit, they pay, I think they pay up to 10% interest.
Yes.
So what that means is, if you set aside like £1,000 and you have a 10% interest on it, 10% of £1,000 is £100, isn't it? So at the end of the period, that £1,000 is no more £1,000. It's a 1,100, and there is something called compound interest. So the interest that you are now getting from the money is no longer interest on £1,000, but you are getting interest on £1,100.
Wow.
So that's compound interest. So assuming you are doing like that, before 10 months, you have 10,000. Okay? And then out of that 10,000, you have 100, which is 10%. And then each month, you are getting a compound interest on the money. So if you do like a fixed deposit for those 12 months, at the end of the 12 months, you see a big boost.
You are smiling.
You are smiling. But the thing is, for those 12 months, you're not going to be able to touch the money.
Yes.
That is where the
challenge
is. Even if you lost everything, and you don't even have money to go and to go and buy bread, you can't touch that money.
Yeah, but that money will really do well. Yeah.
Exactly. So going that forward, he says most people tend to find reasons why they cannot afford to save. Maybe you are one of them. You find reasons
not to save.
Why we won't save. There are so many reasons, that the very obvious reasons that we could give. Well, very cogent reasons, very good reasons.
Yes.
I kind of go, oh man, I can't do this, But he says that often complain of a small income, you see, or expensive bills and other responsibilities that will not permit them to pay themselves. So he says that the truth is, you should not try saving a large amount immediately.
Yeah.
He said the key.
So, yeah.
But instead, discover that it is actually time that multiplies money. So the problem is not how much or how little you earn, but how much or how little you spend. You see?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're having bad network.
Oh, sorry about that too.
Udezuka.
I'm
sorry.
Sorry about the bad network. I pray it gets better. Okay? Cheers.
Let's go on. It says that to the extent you are able to reduce your expenses, So if you receive $1 million monthly and spend as much, then you will never be truly wealthy. What determines wealth is not how much you receive, but rather how much you can save. To the extent you are able to reduce your expenses, you'll be able to receive God's wealth. So the key thing here is not even how big is your income, is how much are you able to, out of whatever you are receiving, how you can be able to bring yourself together, like a family together, have a proper conversation, and move together. So the paradox of money is that people tend to spend more than they earn. People tend to spend more than they earn, and especially here in Europe or in America, in the United States, like with credit cards, we kind of get carried away sometimes. The money that you don't have, because it's quite easy to kind of bring out the card and swipe it, and but it's getting into debt.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's better to kind of because to be honest with you, it's easier to kind of spend money when you are using your card, your credit card.
Exactly, yeah.
But because if you are counting that money, like if you're buying something for £500, for instance, and you're counting the 500, you kind of think twice.
You kind of think twice. But if it's credit card, you will see the money. You just
give them card. 2 seconds, it's all done. It's just like you spending money, right? It's not free.
It's not free.
It's not free.
Oh my God. That's why it's good to pay with cash. Anything you don't have, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Let it wait.
Let it
it's not
wait
going to run away
until you have your cash. So.
Unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Then you can work it. So one of our lecturers said one time, our lecturers is a physicist.
Yeah.
He said, one thing he said, he just asked a question. He said, is any of you here that doesn't pay off his credit card bills on time?
Yeah.
Some people were they kind of want to do like this. He said, if you're doing that, you are a fool.
Can you imagine?
He said, so some people were about to bring up their hand. Then when he said, if you're doing that, you are a fool, everybody kind of realized, go above their hands. Because some credit cards, if you don't pay it off, some they give 30 days, some they give 60 days, some give 90 days for some good ones. So after those 90 days, they could charge you like 30% interest. And before you know it, instead of making compound interest on £500, you are now paying double or triple compound interest on a very small amount of money. So if you you bought something for £500 and you didn't pay within that time, they charge you 30%. That £500 is no more £500. The £500 you are owing, it's now the 500 plus the 30% or 20% or 15%, whatever interest they added on it.
Wow!
And the more you leave it, the more it's piling
accumulating,
up, accumulating. You see what I mean? And sometimes it's okay, you can just move it to another. It's just all these things. It's just moving around the circle, and I want us to break out of that circle.
Exactly.
I want us to
we will
get the knowledge to kind of say no.
Say no today,
to all those tempting. It's very tempting.
Yes.
You see some certain things, you just put your card in and no, just if I don't really need it, if we don't need it, well, we could come back when we have the money.
Exactly.
And by so doing, we are not in any debt. Praise God.
Amen. Hallelujah.
So let's go on. We look at non-essential expenditures. What are non-essential expenditures? There are expenditures that are very essential. we need it. That's when you were doing economics those days. He said that's a difference between want and need. Man's need, according to economics, is insatiable. What we need is insatiable. You can't satisfy. That's why some people go some extra length to do some heinous things because of excessive insatiable needs. So these insatiable needs comes into these non-essential expenditures that Pastor Sunday is talking here. So those things that we don't really need them. It's just we are being enticed. Sometimes the advertisements they are kind of geared towards, tantalizing you, tempting you, making you feel, oh, this is so, it's so gorgeous, it's so nice, it's so big. But do you really need it? Do you really need it? So if you look at it here, it says, if we determine to save from the amount we would have spent on non-essential and unnecessary items, we would discover we could actually become wealthy.
Wow.
Some of us spend excess money on expensive boutiques, expensive restaurants, mobile phones, flashy clothes, first-class transportation, and so on. Take, for example, mobile phones. Every year, there is a new model. And if you go to have a proper, if you critically analyze a mobile phone, I won't mention any company.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
If you critically analyze a mobile phone, if you look at the model for last year and the model for this year, there are just tiny differences.
Exactly.
They kind of, maybe remodel it, repackage it. Maybe said the camera is now who knows how many megas and stuff. Are you opening a photo studio? Is it not just maybe take some selfie and then some few things? What do you need 200 this thing for?
God.
And then because of that, you'll be paying like £60 a month contract for just phone. How much are you paying yourself? Are you paying yourself 60 that kind of money every month? So most times no.
No, yeah.
So Pastor Sunday he's on point on this one. Really on point.
Yeah.
Says that there is a long list of unessential expenditures we all waste money on daily. So think of your own list. We can all save. You see now he's coming down. He's bringing it down. He said we can all save $5 to $10 daily. $5 to $10.
No matter how poor you are.
No matter how whatever.
Yeah.
$5 to $10.
You can save.
You can save daily simply by refraining from non-compulsory daily expenditures. Now, he said a daily cup of coffee could cost $3 or more, and a muffin to go with that coffee another $2. Candy or chewing gum or other cash register items might add another couple of dollars, and then soda could be another $2 or $3. If we spend money on necessary things every day, it could total up as much as $150 per month.
Oh my God.
That is $2,000 each year.
I'm so guilty on this one. To be honest, I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I'm used to that. To be honest, at times I'll just go out. I have everything here. I have maybe coffee and tea. It's just that I don't know, but I don't know if anybody's like me out there. But I just prefer to sit in the cafe to take some cup of tea and muffin that goes with it. But this just opened my eyes. They will not see me again. Those cafe and muffin, they will not see me again. I'm running. I'm just gonna be saving those money. All right, let's go.
interesting one. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So it says, what will happen if we put that same money into an account yielding a 10% annual return? It's a question. What will happen if we put that same amount for, like five? If you go on and buy something for £5 or $5, you don't really consider you spend money. It's just £5, so it's just $5. It's just like But it says if we put that in a 10% annual return, in 40 years we could earn close to $1 million.
Wow.
Savings can add up that dramatically. Let's examine some calculations below. Now, it's breaking it down. Savings add up. If you begin saving $5 each day that you will normally spend on non-essentials, in 1 week, you will save $35. In 1 month, $150. In 1 year, this would amount to around $1,825. If you include 10% compound interest monthly, you could anticipate the following accumulated wealth. 2 years, $3,967. 5 years, $11,616. 10 years, $30,727. In 15 years, you're going to be having $62,171 just by saving $5 or £5 or whatever currency, wherever country you are, a day.
Oh my God.
This
is mind blowing.
I'm telling you.
This is mind blowing. Everybody needs to, grab this book.
That's why we just felt we have to share this, Mike.
Exactly.
We really felt we have to share this.
Yeah.
Money won't make you rich, because I've never thought of things like this.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah. Buying, a cup of tea and all that.
Just £5 or $5 a day.
A day.
And sometimes when you say 5 years, it's kind of 5 years is too far.
Yeah.
But look at it. A few years ago, we were in 2011. This is 2016. Assuming somebody started this kind of a thing in 2011, by now you have a cool $11,000 or pounds that you don't even know when you saved it.
Oh my God.
And then you invest this 11,000 into some capital or good investment that yields up to 10 or 15%. In another 5 years, you are rising.
You are smiling.
It's amazing. I really thank God for this young man, for this pastor writing this book. So if you haven't got this book, it's interesting. You can get it, so we can all be going through it together.
The book is in Amazon and Okada.
Yeah, Amazon.
Okada book or something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And now it says, with 10% interest compounded monthly and a monthly investment of $300, that is about $10 a day for 30 days. So if you are saving like $10 a day for 30 days, that's $300 or £300. After 1 year, the total would be $3,770. The totals continue to rise with each year. For example, 2 years, $7,937. 5 years, $23,231. 10 years, $61,453. 15 years, $124,341. In 30 years, $678,146. And in 40 years, you are looking at $1,897,224.
My God, just on a coffee.
Just on $10 a day. So for 40 years, if you do it before you go on rest, you have $2 million. Cool, about approximately $2 million waiting for you somewhere.
Oh.
And you can reinvest. You can use it to, you know.
Yeah. Assuming you're a young, maybe a young adult or a teenager, and maybe you've established maybe like business or anything, and you start saving, maybe like in 40 years you can be able to save this amount of money. Oh my God, you are smiling instead of wasting those money on maybe chasing so many girls, wasting those money buying shoe for girls and all that. You can actually save this money for yourself, for your future. You can actually save this money for your children. Although you don't have children yet, but as a young person, I think every single person, every young person need this book. Assuming, I wish this book, we knew this
like
when we
10
are
years
still maybe 10 years ago even.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would have been somewhere high by now. You understand?
Yeah.
But thank God, it's never too late to start saving. It's never too late, my brother, my sister. Oh, it's never too late. Just start. So we are going to be going through this.
So now, does it seem impossible to invest $300 to $400 each month for your future? No, it's not.
It's not.
He asked this as a question, and I will answer it's not. It's
Yeah.
It's just determination.
It's determination.
You need to take that bold step. Decide, say, well,
I can do it. You can do it. Yes, we can do it together. We can do it together. If we think it, we can
do it.
Do it. Can do it, yes. Okay. Come on, let's go.
So it gives a recommendation here. It said, then begin with $100 per month, an amount almost anyone can afford to set aside. Investing just $100 per month or £100 if you're in the United Kingdom will reap huge benefits for you at a retirement age. A time when you will no longer have the strength to labor. If you have $100 cash per month for 40 years, you have only saved $48,000 at retirement. However, if you invest $100 per month at 6% interest compounded monthly, just leaving the money there to compound, the earnings would be $199,000.
Wow.
4 times more than you could save in cash. Remember, this return reflects using only a fixed deposit banking account.
Wow.
The money earned is apart from one's salary, business, stock investment, and so forth.
Wow.
So we are going to draw the curtain here.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue. On the next one, we're going to talk about the culture of savings and investment. And then we move on to the principles of wealth creation. Remember, we are talking about money won't make you rich.
Yeah.
And one of the bold statements that he made at the beginning of the book, that any one of us can actually be a millionaire. So that's our target, Mike.
Oh yes, it's just click in my head, and I must say it before we run.
Okay.
If you are a young person out there, or maybe you're still in secondary school, or maybe in uni, those your uncle that gives you money, try to save from those money. Try to save,
even
if it's 10 naira or £10 or $10, whatever currency you are using as a young person. Start saving so that how do you call it again? When the
interest.
No, there's something, maybe never mind. Start saving so that by the time you start, not when you want to get married, maybe want to settle down, you'll be looking to where to borrow money. You can actually save those money, and as me, maybe you are 15 years now, maybe you save like maybe in 10 years. In 10 years, you'll be 25 years. Isn't it? Yeah. So by the time you cross 30, maybe you are planning to get married as a young person, okay? Yeah. Those money you save can really go a long way.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
You don't need to borrow money. So it's quite early for young people now.
Yeah.
So I think this book needs to be taught everywhere, in every school, in every this thing, you know. So in families, just share this book. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really, really interesting. God bless you as you keep joining us in revealing of this book. We love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See you next time. Bye.